Sometimes life doesn't go as planned. You have a goal, a clear roadmap, a vision of how things will play out. You put in the work, you fully commit, and then life flips the table and forces you to pivot. If you've ever felt like you're rebuilding your life from scratch, this video is for you. Hi, I'm Adebayo Adebisi, and since the age of 30, I've had to restart my life more times than I can count. In my previous life, I had a six-figure sales job and a clear plan to eventually become a big boy CEO at a major company. I mapped it all out. I had a 10-year plan that would give me financial security and position me for leadership. But you see, life had other plans. And today, I want to share my story of starting over in my 30s multiple times, the wins, the painful losses, and the hard lessons that pushed me to grow into the person I am today. Because if you're feeling lost right now, frustrated, or even stuck in an endless cycle of failure, I promise you, you are not alone. In my corporate days, I wasn't just climbing the corporate ladder. I was obsessed with building my way to the top. My career in sales was taking off and I was on track to transition into a commercial director role. From there, the goal for me was clear. A few more progressive roles, then boom, become a CEO. But in late 2020, early 2021, life forced my hand. Unfortunately, I had to make a 5-year plan to secure my future and leave the corporate world on my own terms by 2025. I have sickle cell disease and my health was starting to take a serious toll. I started a form of oral chemotherapy called hydroxycarbamide, and the side effects were hitting me hard. I remember one day I was sitting at my desk, I was looking at the workload and realizing, nah, I can't do this anymore. I was exhausted, always in pain. I was barely getting through the day. I did really try my best to hide it, act like everything was fine, but deep down, I just knew. My body was forcing me to make a decision before I was ready. It wasn't just about ambition anymore, it was just about survival. I genuinely tried to push through, but I couldn't keep up with the demands of a high-pressure sales role and take care of my health at the same time. I had no choice. Well, at least I felt like I had no choice. I had to leave a whole 4 years earlier than planned, but I wasn't worried. Because by then, my e-commerce side business was already doing well. We were pulling in 6 figures per month. We were on track to earn about £1.8 million in revenue. The business was growing and I thought, yeah, that is it. I will be fine. Of course, I was wrong. Life had to life. The e-commerce business felt like my safety net. It was making money. It was growing. I was looking at the numbers and thinking, yeah, mama, we made it. Every day, orders were coming in. The business was growing so fast, I barely had time to process it. I thought, yeah, we are untouchable right now. Then the competitors got aggressive. The bigger players, the well-established ones in the market, they pushed us out so fast we did not even have time to react. The first red flag came when one of the competitors slashed the prices, then another followed, and another, and suddenly the margins were tighter. Profits went down from 37% to 4%. Sales slowed as well. We told ourselves, it's probably just a phase. But one day we refreshed the Amazon dashboards and for the first time in months, we saw 0 orders. My heart sank. I knew we were in trouble. 1 minute we were on top. The next, everything was gone. My financial confidence, gone. The business that was supposed to be my future, gone. And just like that, I had to start all over again. After that, I thought, all right, e-commerce didn't work out. Let's try something else. So I was already into property and I decided to take property flipping seriously. No one tells you this, but property is slow. Money doesn't move fast. You are locked into long contracts. You're waiting months, even years for a return. And when you're trying to rebuild your life with all the bills coming in every direction, you don't have years. I hold my hands up. I picked the wrong property strategy. And yes, I sold 7 figures worth of property. That means nothing, but property is for longer term security. So I pivoted again. I started the property consulting business. This one made money, 180K in revenue, give or take 54% profit margin before tax. But again, it was slow money. At this point, I was throwing everything at the wall, hoping something would just stick. Nothing did. I was exhausted. My health was dwindling. And yes, I was growing mentally and emotionally, but the failures were relentless. And every time I thought, this is it. This is the thing that would work. Each time I was wrong. It just didn't work. The constant cycle of adversity, pivots, dead ends started to wear on me. I've never felt so lost in my life. I had all these skills, I had all this knowledge, but nothing was clicking. It felt like I was running on the treadmill, putting in all this effort, but going nowhere. I started questioning myself every single day. Am I just not built for this life? Is there something wrong with me? But I wasn't ready to quit, so I just kept learning. I had to humble myself. I took a step back and asked, what do I actually know? What skills do I already have? And that's when I started testing different skills. I wasn't even sure what I was looking for at this point. I just knew I had to try something, anything, just to keep moving forward. So I went back to my roots, sales. I thought, if nothing else, I can train people on sales. After all, I've closed almost £48 million in sales. That worked for a while, but it just wasn't enough. Then I tried performance coaching. I was helping people push through their limits and optimize their mindset. That work was very fulfilling, but tough business though, because the KPIs weren't financial. It was just based on feelings. So I pivoted again into career coaching. I was helping others navigate their professional journeys. I got more than 300 people into well-paid jobs. This was time intensive and not financially rewarding for me. Then I thought, why not push myself even further? That's when I decided to learn how to code. I have zero background in tech, no degree, no experience, but I sat down, I did a boot camp, I started learning and found something very, very shocking. I actually loved coding. That's when I learned one of my biggest lessons in business: get an MVP out fast. Minimum viable product, perfection can wait. I learned the importance of reducing the speed from idea to execution. In case you're wondering, yes, I did all of this because I wanted to challenge myself. I was just tired of feeling stuck. So I kept pushing myself into different industry, different skills, learning, failing, and adapting. I was like Thanos collecting all these infinity stones. And through all these experiences, I fell into business consulting. I just didn't wake up one day and started charging people. Nah, I worked for free for 18 whole months. I wanted to make sure I actually had a working system, a repeatable model, an operating system for building profitable businesses. I wanted to gain real confidence in my ability to help others. So I put in the work. I begged people to let me work with them. I tested different approaches. I refined the process. And only after I saw it working and consistently, I just knew this is it. This is what I really want to do. Because when you think about it, who better to help entrepreneurs build profitable businesses than someone who has built 6- and 7-figure businesses, lost it all, tried multiple industries, learned, adapted, and failed fast. Everything I went through was training. I just didn't see it at the time. By this stage, I'd seen a pattern in myself. I kept trying to build businesses the way other people did. I kept trying to fit myself into this hustle mode. I was trying to work like everyone else, also 24/7, grind, and endless stress. And that was literally killing me. I had to accept the truth. I remember one night I was laying in bed. I couldn't sleep. My body was aching. My mind was just racing. And I was thinking, I can't keep doing this to myself. I had to build differently. I can't build my life like everyone else. I had to adapt my business to my health and also accept my reality. I had to choose the models that worked for my lifestyle, not against it. I had to structure all my businesses around my energy levels and focus on sustainability over speed. And that shift, it changed everything for me. I'll be real with you. Starting over isn't fun, but it's also not the end. I used to think failure meant I was back at zero. But now I see that every failure was a lesson, it was a skill, it was an experience that I could use. So if you're in your late 20s, 30s, or even older, and you feel like you're rebuilding from nothing, you are not. Everything you've done so far counts. You are not behind, you are not late, you are not starting from scratch, you are starting from experience. For my future, I'm building differently. I'm building a business that works for me. No more chasing fast money, no more forcing myself into systems that don't fit me. I'm building a business that lets me, number one, teach, build, create content without burning out. Number two, use failure to help others navigate theirs. And finally, live a life that's not just about making money, but about making real impact. And if you're in the middle of a reset or a restart, figuring things out, pivoting, rebuilding, welcome. I don't have all the answers, but I do know this: you are not alone. So if this video resonated with you, hit that subscribe button. Please drop me a like, drop a comment below. Let me know something that you are starting over with in your life right now. And let's grow together.